Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In our last video, we were discussing the importance of mahabba, of love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this video, we want to discuss that quality which is essential for all our actions, which is ikhlas, sincerity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, قل أمر ربي بالقسط وأقيموا وجوهكم عند كل مسجد وادعوه مخلصين له الدين. That my Lord has ordered justice, that you direct yourselves to the Qibla at every place or time of prostration and invoke Him, sincere to Him in religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us to be sincere in everything that we do. And all our actions should be done for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the foundation of our actions is sincerity. So much so that we know that the first hadith that Imam Bukhari records in his Sahih is what? إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ إِمْرٍ مَا نَوَى. That actions are according to their intention. And every person will have that which they intended. This is the first hadith in which Imam Bukhari starts his Sahih. And then the example given by the Prophet ﷺ is فَمَنْ كَانَتْ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ ومن كانت هجرته لدنيا يصيبها أو امرأة ينكحها فهجرته إلى ما هاجر إليه. That the one who does migration for Allah and His Messenger, then their migration will be for Allah and their Messenger. And the one who does migration for the dunya or to get married, then their migration will be for what they migrated for. So you see the example here. Both actions are the same outwardly. Both people are doing migration, but one's doing it for the sake of Allah and they'll get reward for it, and the others doing it for dunya and they won't get the reward for doing it for the sake of Allah. The only difference here is the intention. And ikhlas is so important. It's very interesting that it comes in the Quran that Shaitan says to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, قَالَ فَبِإِزِّتِكَ لَأَغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ إِلَّا عِبَادَكَ مِنْهُ الْمُخْلَصِينَ. That by your might I will surely mislead them all, except amongst them your chosen servants. And what's interesting here is Shaitan is saying that he will mislead everybody except those who Allah has chosen. And the word for chosen, mukhlas, comes from the same root as mukhlis. The only difference is the fatha and the kasra. Mukhlas, chosen, mukhlis, the sincere. So we need to have that quality of sincerity. And we can have the best of actions, but if we are not sincere, then those actions will be rejected. That we know on the day of judgment, a man will come who fought and died in Allah's path. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask him what he did in this life, and he will say that he fought and he died for Allah's sake. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell him that he had lied, that he did this so people can call him brave, and people called him brave in this life, and he'll be thrown into the hellfire. Another, a scholar, he will be asked what he did in this life, and he will say that he learned knowledge and he recited the Quran for the sake of Allah, and it will be told to him that he lied. He did this so people can call him an alim and a qari, and people did in this life, and he'll be thrown into the hellfire. And then finally, a person who is wealthy, that he gave money in the path of Allah, he will be asked what he did in this life, and he will say that he spent so much money for Allah's sake, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell him that he lied, he did this so people can call him generous, and he will be thrown into the hellfire. SubhanAllah, these people had great actions, giving in the path of Allah, learning knowledge and engaging with the Quran and teaching it, fighting and dying in Allah's path. But since they weren't sincere, their actions were gone to waste. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. In our next video, we'll be elaborating further on the importance of ikhlas, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.